All right, so we're coming to the close of day number one
Day one.
here at Parker Seminars Las Vegas conference. And we've had a bunch of conversations with chiropractors here, and mostly around digital marketing. But one of the things that we keep hearing about and keeps popping up is this idea of reporting and not necessarily understanding what's always happening with their digital marketing if somebody is running it for them.
Correct.
And so I wanted to ask you, Casey, kind of from your experience and years of doing this, what does that typically look like when people come to talk to us and are concerned and kind of skeptical a little bit of this digital marketing?
Yeah,
space?
digital marketing, I see two big concerns. The first one being a little bit of fear of the unknown. They just don't understand it. And that's not to blame, because we every day when we come in as digital marketers, we come in every morning and we have to ask ourselves one question: what changed? Because last night while we were sleeping, Google, Facebook, someone has changed something, an algorithm, some rules, the platform has changed. So we always have to ask ourselves what's changed. So you can't blame anyone for having some kind of fear of that. So that's the first thing that we see. They just don't understand it, and it's hard to blame anyone because it's a moving target, it seems like. Number two is around the reporting side of it and measurement. And I think that stems from a couple of issues. Number one, we hear people say, I tried digital marketing and it didn't work for me. And my question is, what does that mean, it didn't work for me? I want to know what that means. Well, we spent several $1,000s with someone and it didn't do anything. So my question is always, it didn't even, branding, new patients, what were we measuring? What was the target? And so I think measurement is very important on that standpoint. And so everything from traffic to online appointment requests to phone calls. With digital, the beautiful thing about it, we used to do TV ads, radio ads. Our agency, we were kind of full service until we moved strictly into digital. One of the things that drew us to that was just the fact that we can measure so much. Even when the phone rings, we can know it came from a Facebook ad, from an organic Google search, a paid Google search. We can use phone numbers to track things that were happening even in print. So reporting and tracking, I think, is what takes some of that fear of the unknown. And also, people who did have a poor experience, I just don't think the reporting was done properly, and they weren't in regular communication with the people who were actually doing the marketing. So I think education can solve some of the fear of the unknown, and then making sure you're using a good reporting platform and you've determined what metrics are going to make sense for us to measure. Yeah,
and it seems like what you're saying is with digital marketing, there is a clear opportunity for transparency in your marketing.
I think so, and that's part of the conversation is it didn't work for me. Another side of that is, well, I paid this company X many $1,000s and I don't really know what they did. With digital, that should never be the case, because you should have access to all of this. These should be your accounts. You should be looking at reports that are your data. And so I think that's an issue that as marketers we need to make sure we're being very transparent with all of the things that we're doing, communicating regularly, and having real-time open reports so everyone is on the same page.
Love it. Well, I appreciate it, Casey. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.